What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I am here to right a wrong. You see, tomorrow, that's right, in one day, Dragon Ball Super card game Fusion World is launching in the West. And we have not covered that game yet, and that is frankly bad on my part. So I'm going to tell you all about it today. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know ahead of the release tomorrow. First thing to point out, yes, this is very much related to the Dragon Ball Super card game that has been out for years at this point. No, it is not the same game. The way I view this is basically a simplified version, which is a relaunch to reimagine to bring more people in. And I'll tell you what, Dragon Ball Super, the card game, when it launched, I was in. It got bloated and uncomfortable, and it was super awkward trying to get hold of promo cards to actually play the game, and I quit. And I'm probably going to start in on Fusion World, so the whole make it a bit simpler, streamline it, and then relaunch it, yeah, that sounds like a good thing to me. So the goal of this video is to get you up to speed of everything you need to know about the game, and then we'll be back covering various things as we go along. Usual deal when I'm covering card games on this channel. The more people are interested, the more views these videos get, the more I'll cover this game. If the videos don't do very well and there's not much interest, I won't cover it very much. If there's a lot of interest and the videos do well, I will cover it very, very heavily indeed. It's up to you guys, really. Now, one important point about this, there's a couple of reasons why this has a way better chance than Dragon Ball Super ever did. Number one, it's releasing in Japan as well. Just like we saw with the One Piece card game, just like we saw with a Digimon card game. And having the same sets launching in Japan and over here is actually a really good thing that helps out massively. Secondly, there is going to be a digital client. Now, the game launches tomorrow officially. The official release date is the 23rd of February. The digital client is not out yet. There has been a beta test. The beta is over, incidentally. The website says it's launching early 2024. So we're not going to have to wait very long. There's going to be an actual proper job digital client. This is a very, very, very big deal indeed. So what is actually coming out tomorrow? Well, there are 4 starter decks that are going to be available, and they are very much themed around classic favourite Dragon Ball characters. Yes, obviously we've got a Goku. Yes, obviously we've got a Vegeta. But then we got Broly and Frieza, which is kind of cool. I like the mix they've got going on there. We've got the 2 old school have-to-have-them, Goku and Vegeta, and then we've got Broly and Frieza, who, they're not exactly have-to-have-them, but come on. Now the good news is, like we come to expect from Bandai card games, there are a bunch of exclusive cards in the starter decks. And they've actually got different numbering. So the first booster set is Awakened Pulse, FB01, and the starter decks are FS01, 02, 03, 04. Presumably B for booster, S for starter. So that is pretty nice in and of itself. It means the starter decks are absolutely worth picking up. And as I suggested there, as well as the 4 starter decks, we also have the first set, which is coming out tomorrow. That is Awakened Pulse. And we've got all the information we need on that. The card list is up on the website right now. It's retailing at $4.19 a pack, which is lower than stuff like Lorcana, which is released recently. And you get 12 cards and a promo card for the digital version per pack. Seems to be we're going for the Pokemon model here. Every pack basically gets you a code card. And then you can see that there are 140 different cards, 8 leaders, and so on and so on. 12 super rares, 2 secret rares, and a bunch of alternate arts. They've actually got the information for Booster Pack 2 up there as well. It's coming out in May, and you'll notice that the rarity breakdown is exactly the same. Basically, the only thing that's changing is the date. Other than that, it's basically the same. So we've got ourselves 3 months until the next set. 3 months, incidentally, between sets is standard for card games, including Bandai. So, yeah, for the next 3 months, we've got these 4 starter decks, and we've got the booster box. Now, one important point to note, because this is important, and this is a beginner's guide, so I need to tell you this. It's sold out everywhere. I'm sorry, it sucks, but it's true. I have been trying to get a hold of this. I've been ringing around and messaging around for the past couple of days, trying to find somewhere that has got this in stock. I want to do an opening of a booster box on release day. So if anyone's got a hookup in the UK, let me know on Twitter at @TheWassy, send me a message. I would be very happy about that. But as it stands at the moment, it seems to be that this is just basically sold out everywhere and very difficult to find. It's a new game, it's hyped. This is unfortunately what tends to happen, but we know the deal by now. We've seen this time and time and time again. Yes, it's going to sell out on release. Yes, that's going to be super annoying. Yes, Bandai are going to release more stock and it's going to end up being fine. Because that's what always happens. But it is going to be okay. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, it's always okay. But it looks like at the beginning it's going to be a little bit rough. So, we got the digital version, which isn't ready yet. We got 4 starter decks and a booster box, which are coming out, but are going to be hard to get hold of. But I should probably tell you a little bit about how the game actually works. Now, it is very much... It's going to be reminiscent of other card games. They all are at this point. So like a lot of Bandai card games, this game is built around a leader. Let's take Son Goku as an example. Originally, you got 15,000 power, and when attacking, you draw a card. But when your life is 4 or less, half, you draw a card and then flip over, at which point all your battle cards with Universe 7 in their special traits get plus 5k, and when attacking, you draw a card. Or we could look at Trunks' future, 15k initially, when attacking, you draw a card. When your life's at 4 or less, you draw a card, then flip it over. Yes, that does look very, very much like Son Goku. It's the same, but then when you flip over, you go to 20k, when attacking you draw a card, and you've got an activate main once per turn, and you get to choose up to 1 battle card of a cost of 3 or less, and return it to its owner's hand. So it really depends how you actually want to build your deck with these leaders. Oh, and I haven't actually shown you before, so just as a quick example, I mentioned alternate art cards in the booster boxes. Here's an example of Son Goku. It's rather nice. There we go. Cool. Now, in terms of the game as a whole, you've got 3 types of cards. You've got your leader, I've mentioned. Battle cards are your characters that you're attacking with, attacking other characters or the leader. And then extra cards are ones you might have seen called action cards or event cards or things of that nature, option cards in other games. And basically these are things that help you out but don't actually do the fighting. And it's a standard thing where you start off with 8 life, and you can attack characters to take them out. Or you can attack life, or attack the leader, and then if you get an attack past the leader, then you actually reduce the life. And there are 2 selling points on the website for this particular card game. They do describe it as a very aggressive game. Super aggressive is the phrase they use. And you've got the awaken system for leaders, which I've already shown you. And then the combo system, which is when you're attacking and defending, you can use your cards to essentially combo to get attacks through or stop attacks going through. So you can see the Android 17 on the screen has got plus 10,000 combo, as an example. It's nice. Works quite nicely. Now, the other cool thing about this game, and something that makes me very happy, it's got a very, very, very robust event system already in place. So pre-releases have been going on. They finish tomorrow, I believe, and you go along and you play with the starter decks. And when you participate, you get yourself a Son Goku, and you get a 1-card promotion pack. Very standard in Bandai card games, these 1-card promo packs. And if you win, you get the same Son Goku, but it's all enhanced and gold and lovely. Yes, people are already selling them for a lot of money. Yes, that makes me a little bit sad. But then, as soon as the game launches, we're going to go into celebration events. They are starting on release day and going through until the 15th of March. And you've got winner cards of Goku and Vegeta. These are gold, these are beautiful, these are lovely. They are going to be extremely popular. I've already seen people trying to sell these for hundreds of pounds. It's very sad, but that's where people go. You do, just for participating, get the same Goku and Vegeta that are promo cards. And as a fun little side note, these are actually promo cards being featured in Japanese magazines this month. I think the Goku is in V-Jump and the Vegeta's in Psycho Jump. And we're getting them in these tournaments. And that's kind of cool. We've then got the promotion pack and an energy marker pack. Essentially, energy are your resources as you go through the game, and you put down one card as an energy every turn. Think of it very much like the Inkwell from Lorcana, as an example. But you get kind of fancy energy markers you can use, which is rather lovely. Oh, and as a side note, you get 2. I'll show you more about those in a moment. So then when we're done with the celebration events, your launch events, we've then got store tournaments, which kick in on March the 15th, i.e. when the other ones finish, and they go through to May, and this is where we start getting competitive. Now, there are tournament packs featuring a bunch of promos, but what I adore about this is that they are all alternate art. If you have a look in the bottom right-hand corner at the set symbols, it's FBO1, FSO1. These are reprinted cards, which I absolutely adore. One of the things that ruined the Dragon Ball Super card game for me was having these promos that you got at tournaments, which were too expensive. Alternate arts is the way to go. We've then got a tournament winner pack with 4 different cards. We've got Android 17, Trunks Future, Son Goku, and Frieza. And they're the same cards we've seen before. You look at the Frieza side by side. They're just fancier versions of them. So it's basically a fancy version of an alternate art, which I like very much indeed. And then we can have a look at, let's take a look at the Frieza and the Vegeta energy markers. There are 12 of them in total. And these are just lovely energy markers. It's lovely. And then from there, things get a little bit more serious. We've got regionals. They've not shown off all the prizes for these yet, but there's things like cereal cards and play mats and alternate art cards. Everything you would expect from a Bandai card game. But they've got a whole route map here showing, offline regionals, online regionals. Actually, there's no online regionals. They're all offline. There we go. Store regionals, national finals, and world championship finals at the beginning of next year, which sounds kind of awesome. There are many, many reasons to be excited about this card game. The fact that they've basically looked at what they did with Dragon Ball Super and gone, okay, decent foundation for a card game, but there's a lot of mistakes we made, let's fix them. The fact that they've got these tournaments already in place, the fact there's a digital version coming, the fact that Bandai are clearly taking this very seriously. Yes, there do appear to be supply problems, which sucks, and I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm kind of in on this. As soon as I can go and find myself a couple of boxes. For now, I want to know what you think. I want to know if you like this game, if you're in on this game, if you're waiting to see. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Dragon Ball Fusion, apparently. Or what's it actually called? What's the actual name of the game? Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World. They have got to get a snappier title. I'm calling it Dragon Ball Fusion. And a bunch of other card games. And do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.